Hey guys, I wanted to show you my one of my other machines. It used to be a virtual tennis. It was only a 2-button. It's a Naomi GD-ROM on the inside. It has a Core-Tech monitor. It's a 27-inch. Don't remember the model number. I think it's 2914F, something like that. Yeah, it had the original virtual tennis 2-button control panel, but I had that replaced with a 2-player 6-button per side control panel. I ordered it off eBay. It's really good. It's stainless steel, so they don't rust on the underside. I know that's a problem with these control panels. The machine has no locks. None of my machines right now have locks, but this one does have quarter mechs. They're just the plastic ones, so it does work. Not that I'm ever going to take this anywhere to make money off of it anyway. The case is, it really reminds me a lot of the Naomi Universal, except as you could see here, the control panel is kind of like, I don't know, it just seems like it was trying to look a lot more like the American arcades, because as you know, the Naomi Universal, the control panel starts here and comes out, much like the Astro City, how it's just attached to the monitor. And when you see, this extra bit on the side, or on the front rather, it just it doesn't look as attractive. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say that it's terribly pretty, but I mean, it is what it is. It's just a big American machine trying to look like a Naomi Universal. It is a Sega cabinet. It is an original Sega cabinet. It hasn't been modified in any way. The only thing I have done is painted the control panel and the monitor shroud. Originally, these machines come with what I thought was a really nice blue. This panel here was like the original blue vinyl color, and it was still very, very nice blue. It actually looks a lot like that type of electric blue. The metal, this piece, because it's not wood, it's metal. This was in a pizza joint, and kids had graffitied all over it and messed it all up here on the top. I don't know if you could really see that. You don't really see it much anymore, but it was like keyed in, so the paint got really messed up. So I didn't, instead of trying to find the blue and paint it, I just decided, you know what, there's black on the machine already. I think I'll just stick with black, and I painted it black. I also painted the front blue and the sides blue. I'm sorry, black. I replaced the blue. As you can see here, this has the T-molding on it already. It came with the chrome molding, so I wanted to replace it with the chrome T-molding. I have not put on these pieces yet, just because I still haven't finished painting it. I used an oil-based paint, and it takes a little longer to dry. So as you can see here, the underside is still painted that blue, just because I haven't painted the underside of it. I wanted it to dry properly, so I still have to get to that, but that's why I haven't put the T-molding right here. Let's open this guy up here. Like I said, it was originally only wired up for a two-player, and see, there's the blue. I still haven't painted the underside of this, but to me that doesn't really matter because no one's going to see it besides you guys when I have it locked up and playing. Now I have Sanwa sticks, Sanwa buttons. I had to go and get the wiring from the Sega I/O, because it supports up to 7 buttons. The Sega I/O that came with the Virtua Tennis, it supports up to 7 buttons, and here you could see the 7th button. I just wired it up just in case at any point I want to use it. It's there. I don't think I will, but I did want to just go ahead and wire it up, you know, just in case. Yeah, I also used all the original harnesses that came with the game. Now the only ones that were hooked up were this white one and this red one. It did have the harness to support the other buttons, but it looked like that. See, it didn't have this Molex connector. So I had to go to my local electronics shop here in town called Elliott's Electronics Supply. Put this down here. Now, the Molex connector was kind of pricey actually. It was about $6, and I had to buy the pins that go inside them to make the connection here, the male pins. So that was a chore. Finding that was a huge pain in the neck, but it was well worth it because I kept the original harness. I didn't hack it all up. It's not ugly. I also used the exact same color wires that were on the back side of the harness. The original wires, there's like a white one and green right there. Oh, sorry. There's a white one and green right there. And I also used on the male side that same white one with green. So I was very careful to use the original wiring, colors, and everything, just in case, you know. I just like my work to be clean. And so I had to redo the harness. I was very careful to redo it the exact same way it was done originally. I used the same zip ties in the exact same spot that they were originally made by Sega. I also used the same white wires for the ground that Sega had originally used for their harnesses. So I was very careful to make sure it was built to their spec, just because, you know, I want it to look original. The harnesses here, I used the Sanwa detachable harness that comes with the JFLs. My buddy Ed, Arcade Ed, owner of Arcade in a Box, donated these for me because when I bought the panel, it didn't come with the harness. You know, the other option is to solder the wires on directly, but I like the idea of a quick disconnect just because, you know, if something fails, it's not going to take me, you know, 30 minutes to heat up my iron, you know, desolder the wires, blah blah blah. I could just pop that off and I'm good to go. So I probably, in retrospect, should have cut these down a little closer, clean it up a bit, and I also used these barrel connectors, crimped them on. Not as clean, but, you know, again, nobody's gonna see it but me, and it works, so there's that. So let's just close this up here. All the buttons work. Joysticks are fantastic. They use the square gates. I don't really prefer the octagon gates anymore. I used to, but I just don't like them anymore. Oh, also, the game that's in here now is not Virtua Tennis. It is CVS 2, Capcom versus SNK 2. That's one of my favorite fighters that was on the Naomi. This is the back of it here. This left side, this guy has a fan, and it's very, very, very loud because it moves a lot of air. This is well, I guess you could call it the exhaust fan, because it, you know, gets the air from inside the cabinet out. I want to put on this side an intake fan, I guess, to get fresh air in there, but it's probably not a good idea to have them both right next to each other. It'd probably just defeat the purpose of either or. So let's go ahead and get this guy fired on. As you could hear, it's very loud, and I'll just set this guy down here for a second. This guy was filthy when I opened it up. I'm talking like really, really bad, really, really dirty. I spent a lot of time cleaning, but as you can see, there's just some junk on there that just didn't come up. I'm okay with that. At least there's not a lot of loose dirt in there. It originally had a Naomi 1 in it with Virtua Tennis. It had the Naomi 1. The GD-ROM kit though is it is original and it's factory. I did, you know, like I said, I bought CVS 2, so it came with the security pick and obviously the games in the GD-ROM drive. The reason I got the Naomi 2 is I like the idea of having the compatibility with the backwards compatibility with Naomi 1 and 2 in case I want to get newer games. Also, the Cortec is a 31K or 31 kilohertz monitor. So the dip switch, this guy will get in focus. I don't think it likes it too much. Well, the dip switch is set to 31K. There we go. It's not like that. So anyway, there's the Capcom I/O with the upwards to 7-button compatibility per side. I got lucky there. Power supply with the screws for the Naomi. It's not screwed down right now. Some fuses, the audio amp, and I keep forgetting what this guy's called. It's to protect the monitor from power surges. I think it's called a transformer. So let's go around and watch the game boot. I really need to get the batteries in the DIMM fixed because it's kind of annoying to have to load the game every single time you want to play it just because, you know, the DIMM's not holding the memory due to the batteries being broken or not charging anymore. The volume's actually not too bad. It gets pretty loud, but this camera is really sensitive to audio, so we'll leave it turned down higher just because it's very loud here.
Capcom. This is the tournament for the new millennium. You'll experience the most exciting battle in history. Let's get ready to battle. Feel the intensity with power and technique collide. Crush the competition. A battle beyond your imagination. Let the martial arts madness begin. 2001 is the year we make contact. Welcome to the revolution. Capcom versus SNK 2. Mark of the Millennium 2001.
So I only spent about $60 US. Unfortunately, I did buy the European copy, but that doesn't really bother me too much. I had to pay euros. Shipping was kind of expensive, but out the door I only spent $60 for the game, so that's not too bad. It's I don't want to call it a rare game, but it's more rare than, like, say, Virtua Tennis or, you know, what's another common one? Sports Jam, for example. There's a ton of those just rolling around. So it is a more common game than that, but not by much. So that's the cab. I mean, there's not much else to it. The marquee light it actually works. Sometimes it just doesn't turn on. I think it needs a new transformer. But I'm not going to mess with that until I get the new marquee. And I can't find a marquee that's that size for CVS 2. I also need to buy the instruction stuff. They go right here and right here. It's just the little banners that show you the moves or whatever. But I don't know if I'm going to put those on just because I also bought a copy of Street Fighter 03 Upper. So I don't know if I want to just make that a universal, like, Naomi banner, just because, again, this is never going anywhere. This is just for my private collection, for my fighting games, because I primarily am a fighting game fan. I have been competitive in the fighting scene for quite some time. Not very good or anything. I'm not, you know, super good, but it is a hobby of mine. So I prefer the 6-button layouts. But yeah, I guess that's it. Let me give you another look of the inside here from a different angle. Here's that fan. It's very, very big and very, very loud. Here's the Naomi hardware. Anyway, as I make changes, I'll keep you guys posted. But besides maybe a net dim in this guy, I don't think I'm really gonna do much else to this machine. So cheers, I'll talk to you guys later.